Can you believe that I have said, "What's up, Mo," 50 times?
50 times.
50 times! Welcome to the She's Rooted podcast.
We're about to get real unscripted.
So pull up a chair. Let's get to the root of it. Welcome to episode 50. Can you believe this?
God,
This is wild.
it's so wild.
And we didn't even plan this, friends. We're in the same rooted shirt. That's wild. I mean, it's not. How many I wonder, we should look back and see how many podcasts we actually rolled in with like the same color on without even knowing.
I know.
It's
It'd
so great.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. Like 46.
Yeah.
But yeah. How are you doing today?
I'm great today. I'm excited to be. I think that it's crazy that 50 episodes has flown by this quickly.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're still just starting.
Same. 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 Well, we're going to welcome everyone. If you are coming on back, like this is going to be a fun episode, number 50. This is the first time you've been here. Girl, you got 49 episodes to catch up on. But no, for real, just welcome. Pull up a chair. We like to keep it raw. We keep it real. And we have a hell of a good time, don't we? So, yeah. Do you want to say anything prior to jumping into what we're going to talk about today?
No. I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah. Well, last time we had a little T Swift action with the "Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me," which was a really great episode. And today we thought we'd talk a little bit about the messy action and how this whole podcast came to be what it is, and starting before you're ready and letting go of the expectation on the other side and just being all in for what is tugging at your heart. So, Mo, why don't you talk about how you came up with like the messy action mindset of this episode? Like, where did that pull from? Like, when you said, "You know what, why don't we talk about the messy action?" I was like, I love that.
Yeah, because I think that's like, I think, I think that's the secret sauce to my life so far. I think that's the way I've literally gotten anything worthwhile done, or like any major accomplishment that I've had,
Yeah.
is because of messy action. Because I just, I don't know, realized a long time, maybe it was kids that did it. And because I had kids so early, like maybe that was the reality, is, being a single mom and having kids so young and still having to like get stuff done and like create and build. It's like you don't, when you have kids, your perfectionism kind of like dwindles away, at least for me, because it was like the choice of either stressing over perfection or driving myself crazy, right? Like, because if you're if
Right.
you're gonna stay where it needs to be perfect and you have a family, like you're gonna go crazy. Because it never will be perfect. It's life. And so I think messy action has been the driver behind a lot of everything I've done. And some people could look at that and judge it and be like, "Oh my gosh, like you're just throwing stuff out there." And like, yeah, I am. And
At least you're throwing something,
right, like,
instead of standing on the sidelines of life all the time, waiting to have all the answers of the perfection list of this is the checklist of all the things that you need to do and you need to get in order to make a move. And it's like, no, let's just move and then figure it out as we go.
yeah, because honestly, if I look back personally, I don't know about you, but like there are things that I have not done because they are stuck in that perfectionism thing. Like there are still things that I haven't done everything I want to do. Like there's still things sitting in that bucket that I look back and I'm like, dang, if I would have started, or if I would have just, stuck it out a little longer, or if I would have done this or done that, like, but because of perfectionism, it's like held me back. Um, and it will keep you on the sidelines. It will keep you on the sidelines. It's so true.
I think there's a couple things there's probably a lot of things that can keep you on the sidelines. Perfectionism absolutely is one of them. But I also believe that, like, the fear of the game, the fear of the unknown can also keep you on the sidelines. Like, not knowing if I do take this step forward, what's going to happen? And,
Right.
like, you go down that, like, mindset wheel train of, well, what if this happens? And what if this happens? And what if this happens? And then what if this happens? And then you're still standing there thinking that you're gonna take a step, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take a step as soon as I learn this or as soon as I know this," and next thing you know it, a day goes by, a week goes by, a month goes by, a year goes by, and you're still standing there because you're still waiting on more information or more, proof that all the things that you think might happen are not gonna happen, or all the things that you think that are gonna happen will happen. So I think that your mindset, I mean, a big part of what we talk about on this podcast is all rooted back to your mindset. But I think that that can get in your way in many factors on standing on that sideline. Perfectionism, fear of the unknown, fear of what other people might think or say, fear of failure, fear of success. I mean, how about that?
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I feel like with this podcast, like, that was like a just take messy action move that we both did, and I think obviously because we are both pretty rooted and we are and what we want and kind of like the clarity around that. But I feel like looking back 50 episodes ago, I don't think that when I was like, "Let's just do a podcast," and you're like, "Yeah, sure." Like, I don't think that I thought we were actually gonna, like, make it to 50 episodes. I was just like, "Let's just try it." We both have wanted to do it, like,
Yeah,
our paths have crossed for some reason, and,
right.
like, it could be fun, and let's let go of the results or the need for a result or the need for any of that. Like, let's just start and see what I and I don't think I thought we would be going still.
I think that is the case in the matter of everything. I don't think I didn't think back then that we were gonna continue on 50 episodes, that our podcast would make it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. YouTube's easy because you could just, like, upload it yourself, so thank you, YouTube. Amazon Music, like, you could literally be talking to that girl with the A name. I'm not gonna say her because she's in my office, and sometimes she listens to me, most of the time she doesn't, but while I'm filming a podcast with you, she will definitely interrupt and be like, "Oh, let me play your podcast for you." But that's pretty neat, you
Yeah.
know? So,
I know,
it
or that people would even listen. Like, I get messages and texts and, on social media, someone will shoot a note and be like, "Oh my gosh." And I think I'm always just kind of, like, shocked.
wait, you listen to that?
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, and it's those messages always hit you in such a random moment of the day, like, and I think it's because when you do something without the expectation of the other side, and then you actually get a message that something that was said on our podcast added value because of this, and thank you so much for, like, putting that out there. It makes you pause in the moment, and it's like, man, what if we never press play?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and when you're about to take, like, action on something, I think you just sit there and you're like, "Alright, what's the worst that could happen?"
Yeah, your head's not gonna fall off.
Yeah, then freaking go. Like, if you're listening today, it's on purpose. I don't believe in any coincidence that you dialed into this episode. And if you are one of those people that are actually listening to us, then you're here because I think you're supposed to hear, like, whatever you're stalling on, whatever you're pulling back on, whatever that thing is that keeps kind of like showing up or gnawing at you. It's maybe your time to hear, like, girl, go take some messy action. Like,
Yeah,
you don't have to see the whole flight of stairs, as they say, to, like, climb up. Just start stepping. Let's start stepping one step at a time. And
yeah,
I think that it's so cool. For me, I know you said, like, the fear of what's on the other side. For me, a lot of the time, it's like an excitement of, like, "Oh,
yeah.
gonna happen if I do that? Like I get I get excited about a lot of things. I have fear around some stuff too, but I think that rooted mindset of like, if I feel called to do this or I have some sort of desire in my heart to do this thing, like I don't think that's like an accident. I
Right.
think that's on purpose. I think that you need to root into that and do it. Like maybe you should start the thing, pivot here, write the book, like you should do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big believer in that as well. I think that if you have something like tugging at your heartstrings and you can't let it go, and it is a constant like little tap on your shoulder, like, hey, remember that thing? Like you're still meant to do that. Like, and you literally have it coming full circle all the time. Maybe that is like a God nudge for you to actually show up and try that thing. We're all the thing that has really been an eye opener for me as we have grown up here. We're in our 40s now. I think that there is a lot of blessings in your mindset when you reach the age that we're at because you have a little bit more of life that has been lived and you start to realize that life is very short and you start paying attention to more of the things that are really meaningful to you, and you can slow life down with a different perspective, a different clarity, and a stronger boundary around what you want to protect, right? So I think what has really been helpful for me is just realizing that if you show up and you do that thing, you never know what's going to happen on the other side if you don't show up and do that thing. You have been given this calling for a reason, and the beautiful thing is if you take a step back, you take yourself out of the thing that you wanna do, and you look around at everybody else that are doing their thing, like, we all are living this life for the first time. We all are in our action, messy, middle, the end, the start, like, no we're all at a certain point in our own action steps, chasing after the things that we want. So the beautiful part about that is no matter what you're focused on, everybody has their calling day of what they feel they're called to do. But then everyone also has the second part of that day one, which is the actual start day. So to try and close the gap from the day that you feel like called to do something, you want to do something, to actually showing up and doing that, do you know how many years it was, Mo, that in my head, I'm like, one day I'm going to have a podcast. One day I'm going to have a podcast. I would love to have a podcast. And us on a Zoom for a completely different reason. I didn't even know you wanted to do a podcast. I don't even know why I brought it up and you brought it up. But God was probably like, okay, here they are. They're talking, like, nudge one of them and just, say that you wanna have a podcast, and then you were like, "Oh my gosh, let's film right now."
Yeah.
And I could have been like, and truth be told, I had a little fear around it. I'm like,
Oh,
what are we gonna talk about?" I'm like, "Okay, I'm in." But, like, in my head, I'm like, how do you have a podcast? I don't know how to upload a podcast. What do you talk about on a podcast? You get in your way. The excitement can be short-lived when you allow your your mindset to be like a stumbling block. And there is a lot of stumbling blocks on the way to get to where you wanna go. Doesn't mean that you can't jump over them.
yeah. Yeah. I think, well, it's a cool point too because I don't think I ever wanted a podcast. Mine was the other. So here's another thing. Like if you're listening today and people keep telling you, like I've had so many people tell me like you should have a podcast. You should write a book. And I got to the point of like hearing that and like not fully understanding it, but being like, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I should maybe I should have a podcast. I don't know. And so it's like if you have that, so like people in your life keep speaking over you something, like take regard to that. Think about that. Like
Yeah.
there's something there that people see in you or for you that you don't see yourself. And maybe that's a God nudge. He's using other people in your life that are speaking something that you don't see, you know? And it was like that grinding gear of like, I gotta like, sink or swim at this point. Like I'm either gonna do this or I'm not, and I'm gonna like give it a go or I'm not because that was the point I was at, you know. Um,
Right.
but I do remember that day, and I think like, yeah, I don't know. It literally was just like, let's just push record.
Yeah. I'll rewind 50 episodes ago towards the end. You at the end of what our topic was about, you were on like a whole nother level, like closing this whole podcast down, and you were just dropping mics left and
Oh,
right, and then your computer died, and Monique, I'm sitting here by myself, and I'm like, how how do I close a podcast? My other half is gone. And so I just started yapping. I think I made fun of you that your computer died. And truth be told, 50 episodes in, Monique is still filming with the same computer, but she did order a new battery. But we still have this problem. I don't
oh
think
my
it was a
god!
battery issue. Do you remember that?
So
You were like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, yes, yes, she's crushing it. She's crushing it. And then you froze, and I'm like, where'd she go? I'm like, oh my god, it died.
and I am like recording, and all of a sudden my thing goes black, and I'm like, oh no.
So, my friends, do not take that as another God nudge, as like, maybe you should shut this thing down, like you're cut off. We kept going.
Forgot about that. I
Yeah.
totally forgot about that.
And
I got
here's another thing, Mo, I will say for the people listening, whatever it is that you are thinking about chasing, when you actually step into it and give it a go, like you are going to not be that excellent at it at the front end. I feel like 50 episodes in, like we can definitely be a little bit more excellent about some things too. Like we are always growing through this life, and that's the beautiful part about it. But I will tell you, when you lean into the things that you want to do and you know that that you are in the right place for the right reasons and doing the thing that you are not only felt like you're called to do, but you're doing it, how do I word this? You're doing it because, actually, let me rewind. Here is all I wanted to say. When you hang up the thing that you're doing, like for us, it's a podcast. When I hang up our podcast and we close the episode down, I lead the rest of my day more lifted because of the conversation that I got to have with you, because of the conversation that we get to have with our listeners on the other side of this screen, because it brings my life happiness. Because I don't know, when you can leave a situation, you can leave a room, you can leave a conversation, you can leave an event more lifted and more, what is the word? Energized. You need to lean more into those things because that is like a battery in your life versus a vacuum.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
I think the other side to that too is like releasing the because why don't we start things like you're saying fear or like now we're talking about leaning into things that either people see over you or things that light you up, right? Like energize you. Then we can get in our head where we're like, well, it's got to be big, especially if you're like a dreamer or a visionary, right? And you're like, well, if I'm not big, I'm nothing. And I think that's the other thing that's super cool about stepping into just purpose and taking this big monster thing that's like purpose is gotta be this huge, massive, crazy impact. I think that was one of the biggest gems that I like tore down for myself personally was if I impact just like one person, I feel like that was worth it. And also, um, in my other business, like teaching dance fitness, like I've settled in such a beautiful spot, and I used to be afraid of the word settling, but, like, I settled in this moment in time in a spot with my business that it's like, I don't need to scale and be some national brand. I don't need to be the biggest, most liked dance fitness star. I know that when I walked out of that school, I'm gonna cry. When I walked out of that school with those little first graders and, like, the hugs and the love and, like, the joy after dancing with them for 30 minutes, like, filled my cup so big, and it was just such a sweet reminder that, like, you stepping in your purpose doesn't mean that it has to blow up and be incredible, and I think that a lot of us are missing things in our life because of social media, because we see everything as, like, so big, and maybe somebody's in your lane and help them on this, and they got 1,000,000,000,000 followers, or they're doing this, or they're doing that, and it's like, "Okay, cool." You don't have to do that. Like, your voice or your person doing your thing your way is enough, and whatever impact that makes, even if it's one person, is enough.
Absolutely. I love that you said that. And I think that we need to adopt that mindset more so in the now of the time and age that everyone lives in with social media, now more than ever. Because I don't know about you, Mo, but if you go through your news feed on either Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, because you might have looked at something that would help you grow in a particular area, now you start to see people trying to sell you on how to grow more in that particular area. And when you start to lean into somebody else's voice on this is the way, like the Mandalorian, right? In order to do it, you need to do it this way. And then you have somebody else's opinion. No, this is the way you need to do it. And then all of a sudden you get this like analysis by paralysis, and then you're looking at not only that, it's like, I don't know what to do because she says to do it this way, he says to do it this way, this person says this. And when you can take a step back and realize that it is okay to take the meat and leave the bones and make it what is raw and real to what makes sense in your brain and in your heart and in your purpose path, that's your lane. Like, it is great to grow, it's great to learn, but don't let it stall you, don't let it put analysis by paralysis around you, don't make it feel like you are lessening your own walk because you see somebody else with this gigantic walk, and at the end of the day, if you don't walk out what you wanna do, you're, 1, never gonna know what it could be, how big or how small it is. And if you were to ask somebody that you impacted their life with because of how you showed up, what you said, what you did, whatever it is, if you had a genuine conversation with that person and they shared how much what you did impacted their life, and that's one person, would you then feel like, "Oh, well, it was just you, so I guess it's, like, not that big of a deal"? Like, would you literally look at somebody and say that? Like, you could put real world, situations into perspective when we get in our way of, "Oh, we're not big enough," and, "Oh, we're not doing it, like, to scale as how big that we see all these other people on social media." If you rewind the tape and you look at your life, your real world, and you have one person in your life that has shared that, "You changed my life. What you said was amazing. Man, what you said, like, I really, like, tried that out, and it was awesome." It impacted their life somehow, some way. Would you belittle that conversation and make it like, "Oh, well, it was just you, so it's really not a big deal." You would never do that. You would be like, "Oh my gosh, it is amazing. I'm so grateful that, like, whatever came out of my mouth or whatever I shared really made a difference."
Right.
And that's what it's all about. I have a thing right here. It says, "You were created to make a difference." And I love this. I love this little reminder. And making a difference on a, I don't even like the word small. because you never know the ripple effect of what that can, create in somebody's life down the path.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that I picked up along the way, small little quotes. The one right here, I am who I am today because of the choices I made yesterday. How many times have I said that on this podcast? That's from Eleanor Roosevelt. That one read way back in the day has resurfaced itself so many times in my life when I found myself at the fork in the road of a mindset decision. That one quote that Eleanor Roosevelt said how many years ago, I was able to use, and it has changed my life in many, many ways. She never talked to me.
Right.
I was born way after. You never know what your voice and your actions can lead to. So,
And you don't have to be the best of the best. You just have to be your best. You just have to show up at your best. Like, I even think about that in taking messy action. Like, when I first started teaching, I didn't know that that was going to end up being something that I really feel like is my thing. Like, it's a gift, it's a blessing to be able to do. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna be any good at it. I was just like, "Well, I'll do it." Like, I'm working out, might as well get paid for it, and I, like, love to dance, so it was such a, messy action, right? Like, a no, like but it was a decision, and when you make that decision and now I see, like you said, the ripple effect of all the lives and all the people and all the things, and, um, I think you I look back and I go, it's not because I set out to be the best. I just set out to be my best and bring value to the rooms I walk into, and hopefully we're rooted enough that, as you said earlier, when you're hearing all these different ways of doing things or how you should launch this or do this or create this or whatever, those are those moments we've talked about so many times where you have to pause and go, well, am I getting uprooted? Like, am I, if I'm feeling chaotic, if I'm feeling that, like, me being a human and being the best version human of myself and executing this thing isn't good enough, I'm uprooted. Like, yes, take bits and pieces and definitely, follow trails of people that have been there and done what you want to do and all of that. But at the end of the day, like, if you're feeling paralyzed, that's a great sign that you are no longer rooted and you are no longer pursuing this thing out of the goodness of your heart and your, drive and vision for it. And now that has gotten askew, right?
mhm. Yeah. No, I love that. It really makes you pause and, like, think.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think that message is not sexy and it's not marketable because our our world wants to sell everything now. Like, everybody wants to sell everything, but you can't sell something that's innately in you. You can't sell, like, if I am so rooted and I have a solid vision of what I want to do, and I have a solid, like, passion and drive and excitement and clarity around that next step, not the whole big picture, but if I'm so rooted in that, and then I have tenacity and I have, like we've talked about in the past too, like, I'm not going to quit.
Yeah.
I just wagered a bet, like, I will get farther along and it'll be a harder sell to anybody else, right? Like, I'm not going to buy anybody else's input, advice, thing they're selling that's going to move me faster if I just keep plugging away one foot in front of the other. Like,
Yeah. Well, if you lose yourself on the way, you have lost
everything,
everything.
everything.
I've been down that road. And when you can be like, when you are dealing with more frustration around the thing than the excitement, what are we doing?
I've so been there.
And it's like, what has a hold on you when we're waiting in like the frustration pool? What is it that's keeping you in that water? And when you could actually name the thing and you look at it and you ask, well, is it worth it? Is it going to change? If it's not going to change and it's not worth it, get the hell out of that pool.
I've so been there.
I think we all have been there. I mean, you talk to so many people that go to their jobs and they're like, "I hate it. I hate my job." They love their paycheck, I'm sure, but they feel stuck. Why do we feel stuck in our life? I mean, you just have to think about it.
Yeah. Massive, messy action solves all problems.
Ooh, that was a leadership thing we heard back in the day. Yes. Yep.
Oh, man.
Yes, I remember that. It's true in every aspect of life.
What? Yes.
You know what's funny? Remember on a couple episodes ago, you were telling people to go touch grass?
Yeah.
So in our dance fitness class, this is so like left field. I don't know why I'm thinking of it, but there's a song in one of the work classes that I go to that she plays, and she in the song it says touch grass, and I was like, I need to find out what this song is so I could send it to you because
Oh,
we are music.
our music.
Yeah, I'll
Mm,
ask her. I go to her class tomorrow.
that's
But sometimes you need to go touch grass. Maybe this is why I brought it up. Like you need to get grounded. You need to get rooted in what the hell matters to you. And I think there so many women are just walking around so unsure of what actually matters to them, not what matters to other people about what they do. Because I think there's a lot of attachments that we have as women, as moms, as, corporate America, women, entrepreneurs, stay at home moms. I've been in every category there. And I think there's a lot of expectations and a lot of we'll put ourselves on the back burner. And I do think looking back at when we started this podcast, I do believe that there was a big part of that conversation that we seen both of ourselves having things on our back burner of life. And when you can lean into, well, we were put in this situation for a reason, or we were put on this path with this person for a reason. This lights a light in my life. Let's just see what happens and rock it out. I looking back at that 50 episodes ago, if I would have pivoted away from, "Oh, let's do it another day," or "My hair's not done," or "Oh my I'm not right. I don't know what we're gonna talk about." If I would have pressed you and, like, really got out of the situation with all my 5,000,000 excuses that in the moment seemed so freaking valid to say, and I didn't have you on the other side of that camera saying, "Let's just do it." Like, you breathe so much, like, motivation in that moment for me, and I'm sure it was likewise on the other side. Because if you broke us apart and we had that conversation in the mirror with ourselves and we're like, "We're gonna do a podcast," and the girl in the mirror would be like, "Girl, sit down. No, you ain't." Like, you know what I mean?
that. And if we would have sat there and been like, okay, how long is the best podcast and what editing tool and how do we do the opener thing and how if we would have started to go into research mode, I would have bowed out
Yeah,
because for me, the heart behind this, and I love our podcast to this day for this reason, is because we are not scripted. We are not trying to like do it like everybody else. Like we
right.
literally both were like, we just want to be best friends to these listeners and like have a conversation like we would in real life. And we want it to be just raw and real. That is the only reason I'm here because if it would have become like, we have to make sure it's this amount of minutes and it's filmed in this way, and we need microphones and we need stage lights and we need, all of this editing and we need a whole, like, if it were that,
Yeah,
I'm out. I'm out because
same.
the other thing, like, and I think this is a beautiful thing is you're taking messy action and you touched on it, like it should light you up. It's not going to always be easy. It's not always be convenient. You always say that, like, you can't only do things when they're easy or convenient for you, but, um, you choose. Like, you make the rules, girl. Like, you make the rules how you want to do the thing, like, you don't have to follow because Jim Bob said do it this way, you don't have to follow that. Who says you have to? Like,
Right.
I don't know. I feel like that just creates more stress and therefore you stall again, right?
100%.
But when you're taking messy action, you're just like, let's just talk.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's yap it up. Yeah.
add some value to these whoever wants to hear us and
Yeah.
let people better than we found them, hopefully. And
Amen. Oh
people
my God.
thinking like different perspectives about their own life. And like, yeah, I don't know.
That is one of my biggest core, like, beliefs and values is I always wanna leave people better than I found them.
Yes.
Like, always.
Yes.
I think right now would be a really good time to give a shout out to where our voice has made it. We're obviously in the United States, so shout out USA. We are in Japan. Shout out to you, Japan.
Oh.
I should send you this list so you can give some shout outs.
Don't because I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay.
I do
Oh,
not.
wait, she's filming on her phone today. We have upgraded to the cell phone. Okay, so shout out to United States, shout out to Japan, shout out to United Kingdom,
Oh.
shout out to Canada,
Hey.
shout out to Finland, shout out to Lesotho? I don't know if I said that right. Please tell me if I did. How do you say it?
I have no idea.
Lesotho. How would you say that?
LES.
Lesotho. I should have. See, we don't script anything. We are planning. And shout out to Russia. That is so exciting. I'm so glad that you all are here. And shout out to every one of you that has not hit subscribe because we don't know where you're listening from.
That's in Africa.
Get out.
Yeah, Lesotho.
Lesotho. That's amazing.
That is in Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's just on Spotify. I don't know. I'm still learning how to see where we are on Apple Podcasts and all that. We just got on Apple, actually. That's pretty cool. So shout out to all of you listeners. Amazing.
I love it.
It's wild.
Yeah, it is wild. I was trying to see where exactly this was, but we'll save that for another time. Um, yeah, I think it's a really cool place to be when, and I hope you do it today. If you're still listening to this, I hope you do it for yourself today. I hope you decide you pick the thing and you go, today I'm going to take a little bit of messy action. I'm just today. Like, don't, we always say this, you're not promised tomorrow. None of us are. Today is the gift. It is a gift. So
Right.
use today and take a little bit of messy action towards something that has been sitting there in your heart, in your mind, on the table, an opportunity, um, whatever that is, you know what it is. And I hope that you get off this podcast today and feel inspired to just take messy action.
Yes. I love that. How many times have I said I love that on this podcast? I love it all. I love everything. But it's so true. Take the messy action, do the thing. And hey, we talked about how last podcast we got that it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me, a little T Swift. I'm going to give you a little T Swift that I've given you sprinkled throughout these 50 episodes of hearing her say she was on a podcast or being interviewed somewhere. And Mo already knows what I'm going to say, but it was that whole thing where Taylor Swift said, if somebody makes you feel silly for being excited about something, and I'm not sure if she used the word silly, but if somebody makes you feel silly for being excited about something, they are the worst kind of people in the world. Like, never let anybody dim your light, dim your excitement. If you know that you know that you know that you know, well, you better know that you're going to do it and you better show up because if you don't, who will, right? Put your yes first. Yeah, I think for me as a mom, one of the things that lit a fire under my yes for a lot of things and not just this podcast, but thinking about having my voice outlive my life and having something that my kids can press play on, I think was something meaningful for me. I think you think about things differently as you get older, and I don't know if they'll ever listen to the She's Rooted podcast, but they might.
They might.
They might, and whatever that is, take podcast out of your path. You know what you want to do, what you wanna pursue, what you wanna try. If you're a mom, your kids, put that at the forefront of the reason why you're doing something, because it has been super helpful for me to think about, I want my voice to outlive my life. I want to have my book completed, and I put little spoilers in there, like, "Hey, I'll know if you read this, jerk face." Like, little things in there, like, funny things, but it just puts a calling on and sense of urgency when you can think about it in that way. So you have to find your reason why it matters to you, and nobody can take that away from you because that is a you thing. So have a purpose worth fighting for is what we talked about, I think, on the last one. We talk about that a lot. But as a mom, that's been something that's been really helpful for me. Just thinking about that, it almost like scares you into action. Like I want to Hamilton my life. Like I'm gonna write like I'm running out of time. Because the truth is we kinda are. Every day we're getting closer to the end of life, and nobody likes talking about that because it doesn't, like, it's a scary thing to talk about. But there are a lot of people that have unfinished plans and unfinished projects and unfinished passions, and they're still trying to figure out their level of perfection in order to start, and I do believe that there's always a day that you can start chasing it, like, something will switch, just like just having a raw conversation with a really good friend, and next thing you know it, you're 50 episodes in a podcast that you never thought was gonna make it to 1, and
Yeah.
here we are,
Yeah.
with no expectations on the other side. We leave lifted, we leave feeling like we gave our heart, we gave our raw, we gave our real. This is something that I wish I would have been able to press play on or have a friend in my life back in the day when I was going through mindset struggles to be able to, like, shake me, check me, see me, and be like, "I got you, but I ain't gonna let you get in your way. Girl, get your ish together. Get rooted." So, I don't know. I love you, and I'm so grateful that we're here, and I'm so grateful for all of our listeners. I'm grateful for the value that it's added to everyone's life, whether that is small or big. And I told you on this episode, I don't like the word small now because the truth of the matter is small hinges in our life, kept consistent, will open up big things in our life. And the big looks different for everybody.
Amen.
It's like a wholesome feeling, you walk in life more grateful for what you have around
Mhm.
your life. And when you can see it differently, you lean into things differently.
Mhm.
Don't let the world that tries to tell you that you're doing it wrong or you need to do it this way or, "Oh my gosh, why are you doing that?" You don't let it get in your way because you know why you're doing it, and it's not for those reactions. Mm, 50 episodes. Wild.
Oh, good. I'm done.
Yeah. Well, why don't you mic drop them out? Because you mic dropped them out on episode 1.
You just did. You
No,
just
I didn't. That was like an alley-oop to you. Yes, it was.
Should I
Maybe your computer will die again.
I was just gonna say, should I turn my phone off real quick as, like, a repeat and have you out again?
Please don't. Please
I
don't.
think I should, I think it would be kind of fun.
Don't do it. Mic drop him out.
I think it would be fun.
Well, I don't, so I wanna hear what Mo has to say because I'm living my best life over here, getting value, so
I feel like I've said it all. I don't really have anything else. I feel like I left that little encouragement that I really genuinely, from my heart to yours, listening, hope that no matter who sees it, no matter who knows it, no matter how big it gets or, how insignificant it might feel to you in the moment, I just hope that you take the action while you have the time and give yourself permission to let it be messy. Give yourself permission to laugh at the mess, laugh at the computer dying, and continue moving forward just one step at a time, while you still have the time. I think that is my encouragement to you, is that I really genuinely hope you take away the significance of the thing from
I
everything.
got so nervous. You literally froze, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's
Oh,
happening."
I'm having a brain moment, but I hope you take away, I'm trying to figure out how to put it into words because I can see it in my head, but, like, I hope that as you sit there and we're winding this down and you're thinking about that thing for yourself, I hope that you can go, "Okay, no matter how significant or insignificant I feel, and no matter how significant or insignificant someone else might think about this, the reality is it's significant enough that I can't shake it. It's
Yeah,
significant enough that it's still here. And so therefore I give myself permission right now to take a step in that direction in pursuing this thing and just let go of the result and just get into action."
yeah, that's so good. Mic drop.
I hope you do. I hope you do. And as you do, keep us posted. We have
Yes, please.
we'll cheer you on. And I would love to get updates if you know, actually take us up on it and start to take action. Cause I think that, as you said earlier, like having someone else in your corner that's cheering you on, unrelated, doesn't matter. Like it helps.
It 100% helps.
Yeah. This is so
We
good.
are hype girls.
Yeah.
Duty! It's like, that one SNL skit. Like, "I'm 50 years old, and I can kick, I can you know what I'm talking about? Oh gosh. Here's me trying to tell Mo about a movie, a TV show. I don't even as soon as it comes out of my mouth, I should just reel it back in. If it's a song, she'll be like, "I got it.
Yeah. So
Songs,
that
got it." I'll
anything
send it
else
to you. Our listeners know what I'm talking about. It's really funny.
on it?
Sally O'Malley, 50 years old. We do have a lot of fun. I love you so much.
I love you too. This is so great.
So great. So, hey, come on back for episode 51. Oh
Oh
my gosh. Then the next thing you know, we'll be on episode 100.
my gosh.
Putting it out there. So, yeah, start today. Messy action. Stay rooted. Mo, I appreciate you always. And yeah, until then,
Rooted.
stay rooted, sister. Bye.
Bye. We hope that landed.
If it did, share it up, drop a comment, and you know what? We'll see ya on the next episode.
And until then, stay rooted, sister.